Hello friends, today I'm going to continue to look at the people who followed Jesus. Well, I'm going to do something a bit different. I'm not going to be looking at the apostles, the 12 apostles, but I'm going to be looking at one of the most important people who followed Jesus even up to and including at the resurrection, and followed him after his resurrection. Who is I, here you ask? It's Mary Magdalene. Now, Magdalene is not her surname. I know, shocking, isn't it? But it's the place where Mary came from, Magdala. It's a city in Galilee, located in the northernmost region of ancient Palestine. Well, there's been a lot said about Mary over the years. Everyone from the early church leaders to scholars and novelists and even filmmakers have something to say about Mary. They've revised her story, they've added to it, and sometimes they've even forgotten who she really was. On one hand, they downplayed the importance by claiming she was a prostitute. On the other, some early Christian texts depict Mary not just as a follower, but as Jesus' trusted companion. And some even say his wife. Well, that's up for you to do your own research. Is there any truth in these stories? What do we really know about this woman, one of the Bible's most famous women? Well, what we do know is all four Gospels mention her by name. Mary Magdalene's presence at Jesus' crucifixion is incredible when we realise all of the male disciples ran away. Mary was there with the other women at his most painful time. Only the Gospel of Luke discusses her role in Jesus' life and ministry, listing her among some women who had been healed of evil spirits and infirmities in Luke 8. According to Luke, after Jesus healed her, Mary became part of the group of women who travelled with Jesus and with the 12 and supported them. Not just looked after them, but financially paid for and kept the ministry going. Despite this, and maybe perhaps because of it, Mary Magdalene's clear importance in the Bible is lost in the early Western church. The early Western church leaders downplayed her influence by portraying her as a sinner, a prostitute. There was an unnamed woman identified in the Gospel of Luke as a sinner who bathed Jesus' feet with her tears and dries them and points ointment on his feet. That's in Luke 7. As well as another Mary, Mary of Bethany, who also appears in Luke. But Mary Magdalene as a prostitute, it's hard to find in the Bible. But this idea held on for centuries after Pope Gregory the Great made it official in 591. He preached a sermon combining all the Marys into one character. And so therefore, from that point on, Mary Magdalene was seen as a sinner, a prostitute. It wasn't until 1969 that the church admitted that the text of the Bible actually does not support that at all. Mary Magdalene played a key role in the story of the resurrection. According to the Gospels, she visited the tomb on Easter Sunday, either alone, according to John, or with the other women. And what did she find? She found the tomb empty. In John, she finds the gardener and says, "What have you done with my Lord?" Until she finally realises that is Jesus himself. in that gospel, she is the first witness to the resurrection. She is the first witness to the risen Lord. And Jesus says, go and tell my disciples, go and tell my brothers. Mary, clearly an important disciple, an important witness. Not the woman we thought of her at all, but a great woman of faith. One we can follow, one we should follow, as she follows Jesus. God bless you, my friends.